Hey, what's up everyone? MonadoMax here, and today we're talking about Xenoblade. How convenient. MonadoMax, Xenoblade. Alright, but let's get into the topic of today. Xenoblade Chronicles X must come to the Nintendo Switch. I don't know if it's possible to come on the Switch. There's a lot of things going against it, but there's a lot of things that could go for it. And in today's video, we're going to discuss all points about Xenoblade Chronicles X. Could it come? Could it not? So let's start off. Obviously, people talk about the Monolith Soft interview back in 2018 where they say Xenoblade Chronicles X would be very expensive to port over to the Nintendo Switch. And he's not wrong. Xenoblade Chronicles X is a massive game. To enhance that on the Switch, I could see the difficulties of doing that. Not to mention, they're dealing with cartridges. And in case you guys don't know, when you bought Xenoblade Chronicles X for the Wii U, there was loads of ways to download this game. There was like 4 different patches if you wanted the game to run faster. It was a pretty big download already without all these things installed to the thing. So I don't know. This is something that would definitely have to be in consideration for Xenoblade Chronicles X to come over to the Switch. I don't know if it'd be the whole definitive edition of the game. I don't know if they would go like full-on massive remake style like they did with Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. But this port would be a pretty decent port, but it would also be pretty expensive already if they didn't add new content. Moving on to some next points I would like to bring up. Nintendo is bringing a lot of Wii U ports. They listen to people in terms of what Wii U ports they want on the Switch. What is one Wii U port that continues to be asked for years and years and years? Super Mario 3D World was one that was asked for years, and we're finally getting that this year. The Wii U is starting to run out of titles to throw on the Switch. What's one that we have not seen on the Switch yet? Xenoblade Chronicles X. I think it's very possible that this could happen. I think Nintendo would throw the money down because the Xenoblade series has been proven very beneficial for Nintendo, especially for Monolith Soft, as Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is the best-selling Monolith Soft game ever. That being selling over 2 million copies, which a lot of people, especially my friends, think that is a bad number, but for a game like this, especially from a company like this, these are amazing numbers. Any game that gets over 7 digits in terms of sales, that's an exclusive to a console, most of the time, very good, and for Xenoblade, it's no different. This is some exciting numbers. This interview, where they were talking about Monolith Soft saying it was expensive back in 2018, was before the whole revenue came in with Xenoblade 2, Xenoblade Definitive Edition, which, by the way, Xenoblade Definitive Edition is on track to outsell Xenoblade 2 faster. So the Xenoblade name is gaining a lot of attraction, and I believe the revenue is there to go ahead and make a Xenoblade Chronicles X port. Not to mention, Monolith Soft has multiple teams. They got a team where they're working on the brand new IP. They have a team that was basically focused on Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, which from what I'm hearing, that was a small team, and that project started in late 2017. So, if I'm going to be honest, I'm predicting that team probably, after they release Xenoblade Definitive Edition, they will go ahead and sent to work on Xenoblade Chronicles X. So, to be honest with you, I don't think we're going to see Xenoblade Chronicles X this year on the Switch. I see people bringing up, this is the year we're going to see Xenoblade X on the Switch. No, I really don't think this year will be the year. And the reason why I say that is, supposedly, I don't have the official information. All I've been told by many people is that the Monolith Soft team that did the Xenoblade Definitive Edition remake was a small team. So me, to be honest, I'm assuming, let's just say, a Xenoblade Chronicles X port is in development. They probably sent that team that did a port/remake to work on Xenoblade Chronicles X. Now, I don't think this one would take as long with the definitive edition, only because in terms of graphically, I don't think they're going to try to make the game graphically look better. This game looks graphically amazing. So I don't think, other than just trying to get all of it into a cartridge, all the online, it's going to be an expensive work. I don't think it's going to take as long as a Xenoblade Chronicles remake did. So if this game was to come out, I'm predicting a 2022 release. Another reason why I believe this game could be coming to the Switch is the fact that this game was released very late into the Wii U cycle. I don't have the official numbers, but I'm actually going to go ahead and assume that Xenoblade Chronicles X did not sell well for the Wii U, only because it was released. It wasn't released too late, but there was no promotion for this game. Like, the promotion for Xenoblade Chronicles X, the game was pretty doomed. And it was on the Wii U. The Wii U did not sell well. I'm going to assume this game did not make it to 1 million copies. If it did, I'm pretty sure people would be talking about it. Again, I don't have the sales numbers in front of me with that, but I'm going to go ahead and assume did not sell well. And I think Nintendo, with already spending a lot of money on Xenoblade Chronicles X, because this game was developed for years, and there's rumors that it was a very expensive game, and just seeing that it's going to be a very expensive game to throw on the Switch, I think Nintendo will be like, you know what, we already spent this much money on the game, let's throw more money on it, the people want it, throw it on the Switch. It makes sense from a company standpoint, since they have a game already developed, mostly, just they have to develop it for the Switch. It makes sense to me. Maybe I'm crazy for that, but Nintendo would usually do something like this, in my opinion. The Xenoblade name continues to get bigger and bigger. I believe the more Xenoblade games they're going to throw onto the system, the more people are going to be willing to give it a chance. And we've seen that with the remake. I've seen a lot of people, after playing the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, I really want to play Xenoblade X. That's what I've been hearing all around. I think Xenoblade X could do really well on the Switch, just because the interest is there, especially for the Wii U owners that didn't pick up this game. Another thing that I think would be incredible if we could get Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Switch is that we could have every Xenoblade game ever released on the Nintendo Switch. You have a system where you could play every Xenoblade game portably. You have Xenoblade Chronicles 1, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you got Xenoblade Chronicles Torna, you got Xenoblade Chronicles X. This could be amazing. It makes so much sense. It could sell well. I think Monolith Soft sees that, and again, Monolith Soft has multiple teams. I don't have the exact number of teams, but they're all across the world right now. Monolith Soft has done stuff like worked on Breath of the Wild. They had a small part in Breath of the Wild, and I'm assuming they probably have a little small part in Breath of the Wild too. They've done a lot of stuff for Nintendo games, that being small parts. I realize that, but my whole point is they have a big development team. They have multiple teams. It makes sense that this could be in development. That's how I feel on this subject. If a Xenoblade thing is coming, it have to already be in development. I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's been in development since Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, so I'm predicting late 2022 release. I'm going to come back this video late 2022, and I'm either going to be extremely right or extremely wrong. So it's your boy MonadoMax signing out. Make sure to backslash that subscribe button, like the video, check out the channel, make sure to follow me on Twitter, and check out my Discord server. We're actually being really active in there. And yeah guys, thank you for watching the video. I will see you in the next video. Peace.